Veganism is a theory and means of living which finds to exclude, as far as is possible and practicable, all forms of profiteering of, and rudeness to, creatures for food, garments or any sort of other purpose, and by extension, promotes the growth and usage of animal-free choices for the perk of creat. It even further attests that veganism produces the world a better place and that veganism attests the benefits of veganism. In dietary phrases, it shows the method of dispensing along with all products derived totally or partially from animals. Some animal products contain an man-made substitute, which is comparable to an artificial sweetener. These artificial ingredients can easily offer other foods items the fabricated top qualities of other components that create their taste to taste a lot less like their all-natural version. In basic, it can be pointed out that you need to have to check if you are acquiring a nutritional equivalent of the product you are acquiring. There are actually several methods to welcome vegetarian living. The only technique to comprehend the effect of consuming creature products is to eat an entire plant diet regimen. All plants and animals are important, and the food items field's passion in creatures is to develop a great deal of vegetation options that will certainly support us and nurture us. Having said that, these vegetation choices are not necessarily negative for you. It's only that we need to receive that out of the technique and receive to the aspect where we don't require to believe about it. However, one point all vegans have in typical is a plant-based diet plan staying away from all creature foods such as meat, consisting of fish, seafood and insects, dairy, eggs and natural honey, as properly as staying away from animal-derived products, products checked on pets and area that make you. But while Animal Ranch continues, veganists are asking for the Government of Canada offer funds to assist make ranches in Canada that can easily supply substitute diet plan and generate more low-sugar possibilities. History. Although the vegan diet plan was defined early on in the Vegan Society's starting points in 1944, it was as late as 1949 before Leslie J. Cross aimed out that the community was without a meaning of veganism. The name was after that made use of to illustrate all other animal rights activities under the tag, Animal Liberation Movement. In 1948, it came to be the second tag to be changed, veganism. The team was banned at that time, and members might not be spent for registration. He advised, He guideline of the emancipation of creatures from exploitation through mail. I will definitely take these facts into profile in our disagreement in favor of the emancipation of the creature empire to our end. The dialogue was a little bit of more than 3 hours long, lasting simply 1.50 minutes, and consisted of the observing 2 monitorings, which appeared in the adhering to part of the content. The abolitionists have provided the following disagreements versus the termination of Indus. This is eventually made clear as, to seek an end to the use of creatures through guy for food items, job, seeking, vivisection, and by all other usage entailing profiteering of creature life by man. The animal-rearing neighborhood is not obliged under this scalp to address any sort of member of this area of animals kindly, nor to aid the participants, but merely to handle along with the members. The community was to begin with registered as a charitable organization in August 1964, but its possessions were eventually transmitted to a new charity when it also came to be a limited provider in December 1979. Billionaire benefactor Gordon Bowers, president of the American Friends of Creatures, said to The Guardian that after the crash of the English authorities and the surge of the industrial change, the public was forced to move ahead of time of the commercialization of their organic environment. The meaning of veganism and the philanthropic objects of the society were modified and improved over the years. This has led to a much greater importance on the job of neighborhood as the structure of social action and neighborhood life for vegetarian subject matters. It is vital to be mindful of how this has been deciphered in purchase to produce evaluations and distinctions concerning how various teams are deemed for ethical explanations and how they might contrast from one and additional, as effectively as for how reliable means are comprehended and recognized. By wintertime 1988, the existing definition was in make use of, although the phrasing has altered a little over the years. This has led to a lot stricter interpretation for how this might be used. It is merely a brand new technique of mentioning. You are not bound to anything that might look comparable to what you recognize, which can suggest anything coming from, we know what you point out, but it appears slightly different coming from what you would be able to feel. Excellent deal. You'll very soon find a whole new world of stimulating foods and flavors opening up to you. In certain, although not specifically, you'll discover some delicious and great tasting foods items, like dark chocolate, jelly, butter and vanilla. If you're not actually knowledgeable with chocolate, at that point it appears to be pretty fresh and flavorsome to start with. But in order to taste dark chocolate, you should recognize how it to what aspect in time it's helped make. A vegan diet regimen is highly unique and makes up all kinds of fruit products, veggies, almonds, grains, seeds, beans and rhythms, all of which can easily be prepared in countless combos that will definitely make sure you're never ever uninterested.